Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Believe After, and welcome to another video. Now you guys, I have got some great finished items to show you this week. I've had a lot of fun crocheting. It's been an interesting week of like a tiny yarn purchase, trying something sort of new, but that's not new, but I will get to that in just a few minutes. As with every video, let me kick off with the Year of Granny Squares Cal. That is the crochet along that I'm doing with my friend Jenny over at In My Spare Time Crochet. She's been running this crochet along for nearly a year now, and every week I have joined in with making the square for that week. This week we completed this one. I think this, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first square from the winter collection of squares. It's the last season that we're busy with. So mine's not really wintry colors. All of my squares that I've made so far has been sort of in the same color palette. They've been pastels, sort of blues, pink, yellow, a bit of green, just pastel colors, but I've made all the squares using the same color palette because I'm planning to do a project that will require a lot of my squares to sort of fall within the same theme. And eventually, very soon, because we're sort of getting close to the end of the cal, I will show you what I'm planning to do with all of these squares. Now, probably I will not need all 52 for this project, but just having that many to choose from is going to be great. But I will share that with you very, very soon. So that is my first finished item for this week, the Year of Granny Squares Cal. The next thing that I'm super excited to share with you is the HEXI CARDI that I have made for my son. Now, those of you who are following me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. I was so excited when I completed it, and it took me this time 2.5 weeks to complete this HEXI CARDI. Now, you have to take into account that I do work full-time. I have a 9 to 5 job, so I crochet mainly in the evenings and over weekends. And this cardigan took me 2.5 weeks to complete, and I am just so proud of it. I love the colors. You would have seen it in previous videos. I mean, it's not the first time I've shared this cardigan, but now it is all done. I did the very time-consuming ribbing all around the cuffs. On my own cardigan, I didn't do ribbing on the cuffs, and I'm very sorry that I didn't do it. I might go back and change what I've got on my cuff. My cardigan is actually just here next to me. I've just got this plain single crochet sort of in the round. Not really a big fan of it. So I might take that out and do a proper ribbing cuff for my cardigan as well. But I did the ribbing on both of the sleeves. I did the ribbing all around the front and the neck, although this was a bit thinner. This one is 5. It's like a chain of, you start with a chain of 6 and then you work in the back loop back and forth. So it's basically 5 stitches all the way around the front, and then I did a 12 stitch ribbing at the bottom. Now I will pop in a picture onto the screen that I took of my son wearing his cardigan. He absolutely loves it. He's worn it every day since I finished it. He's gone with it to school. I actually told him, I said, you know what, Jaden, I will not be offended if you only wear this cardigan at home. It's like a little blanket that you can wear around the house. This is sort of how I wear my own cardigan. I don't wear it out, but he's bold, he's brave, he has worn it to school, and he just looks wonderful in it. So I'm super chuffed that this one is done. The colors were beautiful. As I mentioned before, I used the Mega Ball from Hobbii, which is a 4-weight acrylic, and I used a 5.5mm hook on it. Now, to be completely honest, even though I worked from a pattern, I think a HEXI CARDI, if you just do the basic granny stitch or the granny cluster stitch, you don't actually need a pattern for a HEXI CARDI. You can make 2 hexagons up until, you know, just keep on fitting it on you. Once you get to a point where you can see, okay, when you connect the backs to each other, and you'll be able to see it even if you just fit like one side. You'll be able to see, does it go over your arm sort of long enough that you don't have to do a massive extension on the arms? Will it be sort of, does it meet in the middle of the front, in the middle of the back? I don't know how to explain it. There's probably a dozen and dozens upon dozens of videos that you can go and watch explaining how to do a HEXI CARDI, but you don't actually need a pattern. It is so simple. You can, I think it's a made to fit item. So if you've ever been too scared to try a crochet wearable, I think a HEXI CARDI is the way to go. I have been against making wearables for my entire crochet life, which is about 13 years. I was never interested in making cardigans, but it started with KK and Kristen's HEXI CARDI Party Cal that they started in the beginning of the year, and now I have completed my second one already. I actually can't believe it. Now, I did purchase the yarn to make a third cardigan because my daughter Jessica has now also gotten onto the HEXI CARDI vibe. She wanted me to make her one as well. She's not quite as bold in her color choices as Jaden, so she has chosen a very nice chocolate brown. So she wants the entire cardigan to be one single solid color, chocolate brown, and the ribbing will be a cream. So I will show you those colors once I've started on that cardigan. I'm still deciding if I'm in the mood to start it now already, or if that will actually now end up being the project that I take with me on our trip to South Africa in July. But I will share that with you soon enough. I love making these HEXI CARDIs. Will I ever jump into any sort of other type of wearable pattern? Who knows? I am now not saying never anymore. So I would always have said I will never make a garment, a crochet garment, and now I've made 2 in the same year, and we are only in May. So never say never, friends. I just cannot tell what the future will hold and what I will be in the mood for. All right, that's that on the HEXI CARDI. The last thing I want to share with you, and this I also posted on my Instagram. You guys know I absolutely love the Animal Friends of Pica Pau patterns. If you go back into my past videos, anytime I talk about amigurumi books, I've done a few videos where I talk about my favorite books and all my amigurumi books, you will see that consistently I say that the Animal Friends of Pica Pau are my absolute favorite, top #1 amigurumi books. I love it. I love the look of the patterns. I love how they work up. They're not, you know, patterns that takes a million years for the most part. They work up fairly quick. They work up fairly easy. I love the look. It is absolutely the type of character I love to crochet. I've got all 3 books. And last year, Jan Schenkel, the designer behind Pica Pau, she started collaborating with Hobbii. She brought out a number of free patterns. Up until the end of last year, she had 8 free patterns on the Hobbii website. This year, she has a further 5 free patterns on the Hobbii website, and she has brought out her own line of cotton yarns, which is sold by Hobbii. Now, as soon as I saw that she was going to launch her own yarn, I am signed up to the Hobbii newsletter. So when I saw that the 14th of May was the day when the yarn and the patterns were going to be released, on the 14th I placed an order for some of the yarn. I didn't go crazy and like buy every single color. I, as you know, love using the Friends and the Rainbow Cotton 8.6, which is a sport weight yarn. This yarn by Jan Schenkel is 8.7, so it is a teeny tiny bit, as in you can barely tell the difference, thicker than the 8.6. Well, it is an 8.7, so it is 7 strands of yarn. Obviously the 8.6 is 6 strands of yarn spun together. It is slightly looser, but I will get to my views on the yarn in just a bit. So let me show you first of all. Now I did save all of the patterns, and in the end I decided to buy all of the colors for this cute donkey. So out of the 5 patterns, this was the one I decided to get, and I did purchase, which is very nice on the Hobbii website. When you go to a specific pattern, they will link the amounts and the colors you will need just below the pattern. So I just added to a basket all the colors I needed. Then I decided I wanted to try another type of the browns and maybe a cream. I wanted to do one of my own bear patterns using the Pica Pau 8.7 just to see how it compares in size. So once I work up one of my patterns using the 8.7, I will compare it with this exact same pattern where I used the rainbow cotton 8.6, and I will show you the difference. I think you will actually be able to use these 2 yarns together without it making a massive difference to your project, but I will get to that, I think, in a future video. But let me show you this adorable donkey. He worked up super fast. Now delivery for me, I do live in Denmark, so when I order from Hobbii, and they are a Danish company, it takes about a day or 2 for the yarn to get to me. So I ordered on Wednesday the 14th, the yarn was delivered Friday the 16th. Yep. So I absolutely loved how this guy turned out. The colors, definitely, I mean, she has got such a distinctive style of pattern. Like you can see a Pica Pau pattern a mile away. The colors, it was really nice actually to use her type of color palette. All of her patterns usually are designed with these very muted tones. I absolutely love it. Now the one thing I will say about this cotton, and I will show you the colors that I got quickly before I get into a mini review of the yarn. So this was the main color, and it is color 18. So there's 2 sort of different sections or 2 categories of yarn that you can purchase from the Pica Pau range. You've got the nudes, which is all the browns, creams, things like that, and then you've got the more colored version, which is just called Pica Pau 8.7. This one is called nude cotton. So these are, and she's got a lovely range of the nude. So I might purchase a few more because the additional brown that I purchased to make my own bear in was so similar that I was actually a little annoyed with myself. So this one is the one for the donkey pattern, and this was the additional one I bought to try. It looked a little more different on the website, but in reality they are very close to each other. Anyway, so this is color number 18. Then I got the cream, which is also from the nudes range. This is color 7. Then white, just a plain white, which is color number 1. Is it number 1? Yep. This lovely mustard, which I really liked. This is color 23. Really nice color. The pink, which is color number 8. Now they do have actually really nice names on the website, but as with all of Hobbii yarns, it's only a color number on the actual yarn band. This very nice green color, which is color 28. Really like this color. And then I've got just a regular black, which is color 37. And then I've showed you the browns that I want to use making one of my own patterns. It's color 15, so I bought 2 of them. And because most of my patterns have got a different colored muzzle, I got color number 4, which is another beige color. So those are the only yarns that I bought. Didn't go crazy at all. I thought I'd better just give it a try because I truly love working with the rainbow cotton 8.6. It's my favorite out of all the cottons that Hobbii sort of stocks. I use the Rainbow Cotton 8.4 also quite a bit. That's a fingering weight yarn. The 8.6 is a sport weight yarn. This one I think is also listed as a light or a yarn weight. Does it have the size on here? A 3. So it's basically listed as a DK, although Hobbii's Rainbow Cotton and Friends Cotton 8.8 is also listed as a DK. But this is definitely between a sport weight and a DK. The one thing which was not problematic but slightly annoying at times is that this specific yarn did split quite a bit for me. It's very similar to the splitting I experience in the Friends Cotton range. So the Rainbow Cotton, that's my absolute favorite, and I never have a problem with the yarn splitting on the Rainbow Cotton. But with the Friends Cotton, I started seeing it a bit. It's not terrible, not enough to stop me using it, but it does get annoying every now and again. And I had a similar experience with the 8.7. It did want to split, and I thought maybe it was just this specific color. When I started working with the brown and the cream, which obviously you start with the cream on the head, and then the majority of the bodies worked in the brown. But it was the same amount of splitting on all of the colors. So cotton in general, so if you're used to working with cotton, yes, it does split. Some split definitely a lot more than others. I don't think this will stop me from using it. I want to see if I can use it together with my Rainbow Cotton 8.6. If that will work, because I do have really nice nude colors that I would like to add to my cotton collection. So it won't stop me from purchasing, but it is annoying at times. And quite a few times I had to pull back because they have, I wonder if there's one, I wonder if you can, I have one little piece that I missed. That's right here at the top. Like it, you can't see it. But you know when you don't grab all of the strands and then you've got that one thin little strand sticking out of your work. That happened a few times, and then I had to pull back and work the stitches again. Now I did work with a 2.5mm hook, which on the website says that you can do. So it's not that the hook size was maybe too small for the yarn. I've worked with DK weight yarns and a 2.5. So I don't think it's the hook size. I think it is just a looser spun cotton, but really enjoyable to work with. As I say, it's extremely similar to the Friends Cotton, but in a few different shades. So I really like that there's another option of cotton on the Hobbii website. It's my absolute favorite yarns to work with. I love the look of it. I love how your stitches work up. It's got beautiful stitch definition. Let me give you the stats. It's basically the same as the majority of the, the 100% cottons. It is 100% cotton, 50 grams, 1.75 ounces, 90 meters or 98 yards. So all of the little cottons that you buy from Hobbii, the Rainbow Cotton, Friends Cotton, this Pica Pau always comes in these little 50 gram skeins. But very enjoyable. So I want to try. Now, as I said, I downloaded all 5 of the new patterns. So now I've got all 13 patterns from Pica Pau downloaded on my tablet. And it's amazing. I mean, if you take that she has now put out 13 free patterns on Hobbii, that's like, in a lot of cases, the amount of patterns you can get in a pattern book. So if you've got any of the Animal Friends of Pica Pau books, I think there's about 20 patterns in a book like that. Yes, she has put out 13 patterns already for free to download, which is an absolute steal. I didn't get any mistakes on this guy. Like I say, on a free pattern, if someone releases a free pattern, I'm willing to forgive the odd mistake here and there. I mean, it's a lot of work bringing out a pattern, and to release this for free on the Hobbii website, absolutely amazing. So I will definitely make more of them. There's a little I think a little ladybug or a ladybird pattern that I really want to do, and an adorable duck pattern. So I will put the link to all those patterns down in the description box below. I'm not like in any shape or form affiliated with Hobbii. I purchased all of these yarns with my own money, but I love talking about the animal friends of Pica Pau. As you guys know, my absolute favorite patterns in the world to make. And again, this guy did not disappoint. You can take these little overalls off, you can take the little boots off. I just love how he turned out. All right, you guys, that was it. That is what I wanted to show you this week. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've been keeping myself busy with. As always, please let me know what you are busy with. Send me your emails. I love hearing and seeing what you guys are up to. I find it very inspiring. Just as I like to share with you what I'm doing, I like in turn seeing what you guys are doing. But that is it for this week. I hope you have all had a wonderful weekend so far. If you're watching this on Sunday, the 18th, when I'm posting this video, I hope you're ready for the week ahead. And as always, you guys, until I see you in the very next video, stay safe and stay crafty.